Hey guys, I'm Leona, and this is Handicapped and Hot Topics.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome. I'm Jake Munford. Make sure you check me out on the Truckers Podcast. You can check me out at www.truckerspodcast.com and come on our show as well. Thanks for
Uh,
having me, Lee.
yeah, of course. Today we're going to be talking about why men date younger women, and you're a man. Are you single, married, dating?
I'm married,
Okay. Um, is your wife younger than you? Same age, older?
so my wife is younger than me.
Okay. And so what what are what's some of the appeal of dating a younger woman?
I think
Like
for
when you
most,
first met her?
yeah, I think for most men, of course, a younger woman's going to be a little bit more beautiful than an older, aged woman. I mean, everybody
Yeah.
has their preference, but my
So,
friends, I always dated a little bit younger women.
okay, so you got beauty. What else?
I think more it depends on the individual. It could be like a domination thing. You got a lot of insecure men that want to date a younger woman so they can feel more dominant, and
Hmm.
so that could be
Yeah, that
I
could
don't know.
be a thing, but I'm looking for your personal experience. So besides how beautiful your wife is, what else? Like, I mean, that's what initially attracted you to her, but like, what else? Was it because she was, I don't know, submissive? Like, what? Yeah, think. I need you to think here.
Well, I mean, I've dated older women, and they were very submissive. So it really depends on the individual. I like a certain type of woman. I have a certain taste in women.
Hmm.
In my past when I was single. So I really didn't, at that time, I really didn't have a preference, whether you young, older. It didn't matter for me as long as you look good and pretty much had a fat booty.
Okay, that's so surface.
Just keeping
Um,
it real, y'all.
yeah, yeah.
This show is live, so we uncut, we raw, straight from Bolivia. This
Oh
is how
boy.
we doing. So I need to contain myself at times. So Lee might have to reel me in, bring me back,
Right.
because I do get a little bit crazy.
Okay. So after you met your wife, we're gonna call her your girlfriend because we're talking about back then, right?
Right.
After you met her and you went out a few times, like what were some of the characteristics that you liked about her?
Um. Well, I liked the fact that she had long, beautiful hair, like down to her butt,
That's physical.
beautiful green eyes. Yeah, I mean the physical. So definitely the physical.
The
She,
physical is what
glamour
attracts you
body,
first, but
no
we
doubt.
want to know what's keeping you there. Does she cook?
Um,
Does she take care of you? Is she nurturing? Is she mean? Is she nice?
she is all of the above.
All right, well, let me hear it in your
She is.
words.
Um, well, the girlfriend at the time before my wife, just the fact that I mean, she was submissive. She was pretty much everything in a woman that I wanted without the argument or the stress of the explanation on why I'm leaving and I won't be back and see you till next week. It was convenient for me. Um, Lo and behold, 17 years later, we're married. Um, I didn't know that I was going to be in a long-term relationship or marriage. I never thought I would even get married. So, for me to settle down, I think it's more of a preference,
It is, and I
a
think
guy's
a lot of
preference.
men share a lot of those basic preferences. So far, I have weeded through what you said, and we have beauty, submission, and cooperation. Those are the things that you liked about her, and I think that's a big deal. I think the first thing you need to do is be attracted to your spouse
No doubt.
physically. Because if you're not, like that other stuff, I know they say beauty fades, but that's the first thing that's going to get you attracted. And then you have to look deeper and all those other things. And then, like, I think a lot of men like submissive women. And I think submission is like such a frowned upon word nowadays. Like people are like, oh, you want a submissive woman, and all these women are supposed to bow down to men. First of all, you're not supposed to submit to everybody, so that's just ridiculous. It's like
Hmm.
you're a man, you're a husband, whatever. But being
Right.
submissive is not. It's not like being subservient either. It's uh, it's like you like letting the man lead. So do you lead in your relationship? Do you make the major decisions?
So I actually do most of the leading, but I also like to have her voice her opinion on where I'm taking things or where I will, it's for
Right.
my relationship. She doesn't see my vision. So if I try to explain to my wife, girlfriend at the time, and even now wife,
Yeah.
what my vision or mission is to or my task is, I would have to give it to her in small increments. I couldn't just lay it all out on the table because she can't see my vision. She doesn't understand why I do things or prepare myself for that for that overall goal. Um,
Mhm.
and then it's a lot of questioning why this and why that and I don't want to explain. So when I give her just like little pieces of the mission, it seems to work out a little bit better for our
Okay.
relationship, my decision making, anything that I do. I like to actually get her opinion on bigger. Like I'll give you an example. I went and bought a new truck last week. So I traded in my pretty much new truck for a newer truck, and um, I kind of just went on a tangent and just did it on my own. I didn't talk to her. I'm like, I'm getting a new truck. This is what I want, and I just went to the dealer, dropped my truck off, picked up this new truck, and that was it. But then was that really the right thing to do? My wife was a little upset. She was a little salty, like, you got a new car and you traded in your new car, and I'm driving old dirty Jers. I'm driving this little hoopty. Like, why didn't you get me a new car? And the intention was for me to get her a new car. And the reason why I didn't get her a new car or put her in my car is because, truth be told, my wife doesn't have a Texas license. She never got it changed, and I don't want her to drive illegal and have the responsibility. She can't go on my insurance, so there are certain things that I have to do to cover myself in the relationship as well. I have to protect myself from my wife. So
Well, that's a that's a whole different topic.
it
I
is,
hear what
it
you're saying.
is, it
I
is.
hear what you're saying, but like
But
the
the
fact is,
decision,
you should have made the decision
I should have talked to
with
her
her,
about
or at least talked to her about it.
getting a new truck because my payments went from 400 to like 800, a month. And that's a big nut, in our income. And I just kind of went out there and did it. But the thing was, and I saw how upset she was, and through a sequence of events, what happened was I wound up calling the dealership and working something out, and I went and picked up my car. So I did the deal for the new truck without my trade-in, and actually, so my wife got her new car, which is my older
Right.
car, yesterday as a new car too. So we both got new cars. She's happy. I'm happy.
Well,
I should
that's
have.
nice, but let's go back to that decision. Um, why do you think that you should have made that decision without consulting her? Is that because she's younger? Is it because she doesn't make as much money as you?
No, I think more or less the dominant thing, leading without, getting. I didn't think that I needed her approval. I don't know
Why
why I
not?
make decisions, because I forget that I'm a married man in a relationship, and my wife's opinion and her decision definitely counts in our relationship. And sometimes I forget that as a man, as an individual. We
Okay.
have to kind of put ourselves in a perspective of, what's important in your life. My relationship with my wife is important, and keeping our relationship in a happy state brings prosperity to what we have. So
All right, well, let's
there's
get back
certain
to the
rules.
to the
Yeah,
younger
to the
women.
to the topic. I think
Yeah.
I think dealing, it depends. I don't think younger, older really makes a difference. I believe it's just the woman.
I think
You
it
can
makes a
have an
difference. I think there are like the white unicorns or whatever that term is, but I do think it makes a difference. If you guys are like, I don't know, let's say if you both met at 18. Well, both of you, uh-oh, you're out. What happened? Are you coming back? Well, we're live, guys. Let's see. Let's wait for Jeff to come back. Uh-oh. This is awkward. So yeah, we're talking about men dating younger women and why. He's been going on some tangents, but I have my experience, and but I like to hear from the other side. So let's see if he's gonna come back. Mm, uh-oh. All right, we'll give him a minute.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, Lee. I lost you. If you can hear me.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, sorry about that. So
Okay.
I'm at work, and unfortunately, I got pulled over. So this is my trailer next to me. My truck is empty with no trailer. I'm out of service. I just got a slew of tickets um, this morning. This is what I'm dealing with. So pretty
Oh,
much until someone
you have
res
to go?
So no, 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 I don't have to go. I can't go anywhere. I'm out of service. The police put my truck out of service until my lights are fixed. So that was the mechanic calling saying he's on his way. Where am I?
Okay.
So yeah, yeah, I'm just
All right.
trying to
Well,
fix the
sorry to
car.
hear that, but
No, it's all right.
seems like you're okay for now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's all right.
I wanted to go back to I believe that it does make a difference if the women are older or younger. Like if you're both, like I was saying, if you're both like 18, I think that both of you are malleable, you'll grow together. Things like consideration and leading are going to be different than when you are more of an established man at 25 or 30 years old. Even 25, you still might be more considerate and want to do things with your wife. When I feel like when you're a little older, especially like 30, 35, whatever age you are if you're a man, and then you get a younger woman, you've already done some things, you already know how it's going to go. So you don't need to consult the woman every time. And I think men feel and think differently. Like back in the day, a long time ago, when we were in Africa and we had to hunt and gather and all those things, you didn't have time to be a guy and be like, hey, let me call my wife and see if I should kill this lion. Like it's just not how it was working. You had to do
To
things
make
a certain
decisions, right?
way. You had
Of
to be
course,
able to make those decisions. Because if you
I
were
agree.
calling mommy or your wife every time, you probably were going to get killed. And you certainly weren't going to get the kill. So it does make
I
a
agree.
difference for sure. And women, are the opposite. Like, she's gotta, if she's raising the kids or setting up the house and things like that. Like, okay, honey, how do you like this bed? Or what do you like to eat for dinner? Like, there's different things. Now, I know life is a lot more different now, but
Right.
if all of this stuff, if there was like a nuclear bomb, well, not nuclear because we'd be jacked up, but if there was a huge bomb, right? There's a huge bomb that happened and like leveled out this whole country, we'd have to go back to primitive ways, which are women taking care of the kids and whatever else that entails, taking care of the sick, the kids, whatever, and then the men keeping everyone safe physically, going out hunting, finding food and all that stuff, and then the women preparing it. That's just what would happen. So I think that we have these all kinds of stuff that we have created for ourselves, for comfort and things like that. But at the
Right.
end of the day and the beginning of the day, we're still going to be a certain way. And it helps when you're an older guy to be with a younger girl, because a younger girl is not going to have all that experience. She's not like, well,
Right.
I did this 5 times with my ex husbands
Right.
or
Right.
whatever,
Right. Right.
or even by herself. So, you
Well,
know,
once again, that's the individual lead because
there
maybe
is
I'm
an
just the
individual.
luckiest guy on the planet where I have like a passive, submissive, aggressive woman who she's just like me. We work like we're so in unison, it's ridiculous at
That's
times.
great.
But then when we bump heads, oh my God, it's like,
It's catastrophic.
oof, bro, it's toxic.
Well, that's a whole different, that's a different stuff
So yeah,
subject.
so once again, it's really the individual,
Yeah, but we're gonna
younger,
we're gonna go
older,
with with you and with
right,
your wife. So
right.
how about what do you think about men as they get older? What do you think like the general consensus is?
I think as we get older, we get more demanding and more grumpy. We get more lazy, and we kind of put the buck of responsibility on the woman. I think
Okay.
that's, you know,
And what do you think about like society? How does society view men as they get older?
I think honestly, I think society forgets, how the man that labored for so many years, who has done so much in his lifetime, maybe served for his country, as they get older, I don't think that society really gives the respect due to the man that should be given.
Okay. I can see that. We'll go back to that in a second. But as far as getting older, gaining weight, gray hair, how do you think
Oh.
it's perceived?
Well, now that I got to look in the mirror and all those three things apply: getting older, gaining weight, getting gray. It's harsh. And
It's
I was just
harsh. You think it's harsh for men?
I think it's harsh because for me, I look at myself and I'm saying, wow, I can't believe that I am about to be 55 years old, right? And the thing about the older community, that what they don't tell us as youngsters, when we're young, they don't tell us that as you get older, yes, the wisdom, the knowledge, and the experiences that we, have come across in our older ages, but the mindset. I mean, there's times I still feel like I'm 16, like I'm 18 years old, like I want to do things like I'm a young man, and my mind tells me I am, but then the body and the older age and the gray hair tells me, dude, stay in your lane. That's
Well,
you're
let's
not
put
young
it like
anymore.
this. Let's put it like this, because I think you're going like a little different. But what I want to know is like if you went out
Right?
and your hair's gray, you've gained
Yeah.
weight, and you're
Yeah.
older,
Right.
and like your wife went out and her hair
Right.
was gray, she's gained
Right.
weight and she's older,
Right.
which one would be perceived worse?
The woman.
You okay, that's where I was getting to.
The woman.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So like it's harder. Like men get this whole silver fox. Uh oh. Oh, okay. He's at work too, guys, so he has to take a minute. But yeah, so whoever just came, we're talking about why men date younger women. So let me know in the comments what your opinions are. I think there's a lot of reasons why. I think it makes things a lot easier. And oh yeah, there he goes. He's married. This is Jeffrey. That's my friend. He's married to a younger woman, and we were talking about it. He gets off on tangents, but he's at work, so he's taking I don't know a little break. But yeah, I'm younger. I'm married to someone older, and I think it's better that way. I think it's easier. I think they have more life experience that I don't want to deal with. Like I think that it's easier for my husband to know what to do If something happens, I call him, and if something happens, something's like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Hi Jason. It's weird calling me Leona instead of Mrs. Worldwide. Are you back, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry about that.
No, it's
They
cool.
call me again. Yeah.
No, it's cool. So, like, there's like the silver fox they have for men. They say
Right.
distinguished gentleman. And I don't really know what they call women as they get older, except for cougar, but that's only if they're married or they're like getting with a young guy.
So
So
so my
that's
wife gets
tough.
mad at me when I so this what I noticed that as my wife is getting older and gray, she colors her
Uh-uh.
hair. She colors her hair, and I'm like, first of all, our grandkids are like, you know, well, I'm doing my hair burgundy, so do your hair burgundy. And my wife was like, all right, I'll do it with you, and like she's still like 16 and 12, right? And all these crazy colors. Like her granddaughter wanted to do her hair like pink, and my wife's like, I'm gonna do my hair pink, and I'm like, no, you're not. But then when she did her hair, okay, cool. I didn't say anything about it. I'm thinking she looks, that's a little bit ridiculous for an older woman of your age. But I just did my beard and my hair with the natural
You
black.
dyed it?
Yo, word is born, I dyed it, and she was like, "What are you doing? Why are you? I don't like you like that. Don't put
Interesting.
that. Don't dye your hair. It's like." So I already know that I look younger, and let's face it, a little bit more attractive. Some people say that the gray is too much for an older man, but when you don't have that gray showing, yeah, you look younger, you look better.
Yeah, I
She doesn't
think that
want me
they
to do
have
it.
sorry to cut you off. I think that there's like a thing in society where they want women to like stay young and they have to keep looking young. Like I don't think I'm
Yeah,
gonna dye my hair. Like my mom before she passed away, she really didn't have um that many grays.
yeah.
So
Wait
like
till
I
you
don't
hit
think I'm
my
gonna have
age, you'll dye it.
no, but that's what I'm saying. My mom was 59 and she didn't have that
Right,
many grays, so I probably won't. So I'll be fine.
right.
But even if I do, hi Malafella, hi DR, what's up Greek? I'm talking to the
Okay,
commenter.
okay.
So yeah, like I just don't think I'm gonna dye my hair, but I also
Right.
know that I look really young. Like I tell people all the time, I'm about to be 41, and they don't believe me. I'll be like, yo, put some respect on my name, blah blah blah. But
Yeah.
like to be honest, if I didn't look this young, I might be thinking about dyeing my hair when I get older,
Mm,
because people are always like, oh my gosh, like even when you talk about women, like you can say, oh that's my boy, and some guys would be like, oh I'm not a boy, like oh that's
right,
my man, and that.
right.
I even said that to I was talking to my friend's dad on Saturday, and I said, oh you were hanging out with the boys, and he was like,
The
boys play
man.
with
Yeah,
toys,
yeah,
scholars
yeah.
play with dollars, which I thought was pretty funny and
Ooh.
cool. But at the same time, like there'll be 50-year-old women talking about my girls, and
Right.
it's whatever. So Greek says over here, teach, teach the Greek how to get the ladies. Um, I have to be honest. You gotta be you have to be like a guy who's going to be able to take care of business and take care of the situation. That's
No
what I
doubt.
like. That's part of what's attractive about my husband. He's
Right.
definitely a character and a big personality, especially compared to mine. But if he was a punk, I wouldn't want to be with him.
So let me ask you this from a woman's perspective. What is it that the woman looks at in a guy? Those same questions, like,
Yeah,
is it the looks? Is it the what attracts the woman to the man, and what type of man? A younger man or an older man? In
yeah.
your opinion.
Honestly, I don't respect a younger man on the same level of like a husband or being submissive to. Like, if you're younger, like in my mind, you're like my little brother. And not that I don't respect my little brother, but
Yeah.
he's not getting the same level of respect that my husband is.
Right.
Like,
Right.
what are you going to do? Like, I used to, beat you up, whatever,
Well, I know your little brother. He ain't getting that respect.
No, I respect him as a man, but like, in his house,
Right.
like
No
over
doubt. No
there.
doubt. Yes.
Yeah, like if you come
Yes.
here, you're this big, even though he's like
Right.
six
No
one,
doubt. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
No
but
doubt.
like
Yeah.
there's just like a thing like I was saying while you had to step out for a minute. I think you need to you need to have a certain amount of life experience for me to be attracted to you. Like if
Right.
I have a problem and I call you for you to either help me or tell me what to do, if you're as young as me, you've never dealt with this, and you're not man enough to be like, this is what you need to do, and you're asking me what I should do, I
Right.
just called you. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
So for me, like, yeah, I need stability that's physical, mental, and financial, and I need
Financial.
safety,
Yep.
all that
Yep.
stuff. So a
Yep.
little boy who's making the same amount that I am is not going to be able to provide that. And I
Right.
understand every woman doesn't want to stay home with their kids, whatever. And the truth of the matter is, we'll get into this in a minute. Danny, my husband, wanted me to work when we first were together. And I was like, well, if I have a kid, I'm definitely not going to be able to work. But that's because I'm handicapped. So anyway, but yeah, like there's levels to it. So if you're looking for a woman who's going to work and do whatever,
Right.
then fine. It doesn't really matter if she's
You
younger or
know.
older. But if you're looking for a woman that you want to lead the household, you want
Right.
to help, you want to, like help her grow,
Right.
then it would be best if she was younger, because the older the woman is, and this goes for men and women, to be honest,
Right.
but the older the woman is, the harder it is to teach her, show her things. And if you're an alpha male like my husband is, and I know you are, you're an alpha male, you want to lead, you want to be the one to show her things, give her new experiences, all kinds of stuff. You want her
Right.
to experience
Right.
things with you. And
Right.
that goes from the bedroom to vacation. Like,
Everything. Everything. You know, it's funny.
yeah,
I teach my wife as if she is a child. I'll
you got to be careful talking like that.
I do though. I really do. I teach her as if she's a kid because, like, when I want something done a certain way, I'll say, just watch how I do it. So I let her watch me. Then I say, let's do it together. And then we do it together. And then I say, now let me see you do it the way, we did it. And when she can do it on her own, the way I first did it, then I know she's got it. And that comes with everything. And I'm demanding. I'm like, I like my food a certain way. Listen to this. I like my underwear folded a certain way.
I know,
It's got to
I
be
know.
color coordinated. And if she doesn't do these things, I get upset. And the crazy thing is that she does these things for me and she enjoys doing these things for me. And every day that I come home, my slippers are out, my towel is there, I have toothpaste on my toothbrush. She like lays everything out and takes
Yeah,
such amazing care of me. And that's amazing. And then I do the same for her. So it's like we definitely take care of each other. And I'm lucky in that aspect. My food, I like it a certain way and I'm demanding. She's Italian and I tell her, do not make rice and quick sauce. Like you Italians like tomato sauce on rice. That's kind of weird for me.
yeah.
Put it on
Dominicans
some
like that too.
pasta, put it on pasta.
But let me
So,
let me go over to the comments. So I'll get to yours in a minute, Daniel. This is Triple Moon Goddess. She's very nice. I talked to her, and she said, "Why does Kurth love me? I'm older." Kurthius is the guy she's dating.
okay.
So we said this earlier. You may not have been on Moon, but there are some women, like, you call them unicorns, white unicorns, whatever you want to call them, that are nice, submissive, whatever it is. It depends, and it depends on what the guy's looking for. But
Okay.
generally, this is how it goes. And you're a very supportive woman. That's probably what he's looking for, and that helps. I don't know why younger men like older women, but it's far less. So, but that's definitely a topic for a different day. Let's go to Daniel's comment that says older women come with more baggage, more men, more kids, more drama, more everything, less of what men want. Okay, he's obviously a savage, but to, he has a point to a degree, because
Right.
it depends on what, like what you're willing to deal with, what you have patience for. So, like, I had a kid when I got with Dano, that's what I call him. But like, I had a kid, but I wasn't like, letting my kid be like, oh, you're not my dad. And, just being
Right.
disrespectful and all kinds
Right.
of, stuff like that. Like, so if you think that you'll be okay with someone with kids, and all right, then that's really not that big of a deal. You're going to have to get over things, through things. We did too, especially like, me having an ex husband, blah, blah, blah. But he thought I was worth it, and that worked out. But as far as drama and stuff like that, that goes both ways.
All right. So let me ask you this: what do you
Wait, do
think
you
about?
agree with that comment?
Well, I kind of sort of agree, but
Okay.
I'm kind of on the fence with that one.
Okay. So then what were you going to ask me?
So, what about how do you feel about a younger woman dating a really older man?
Most of the time, that's
Like
for
a
money.
22-year-old for like a 55-year-old man.
Yeah, that's usually for money. And sometimes things can, like, once in a while you'll see it work out, like Catherine Zeta Jones and Michael Douglas. Like, sometimes you can do that because men can have kids until they die, women
Right.
can't. So
Right.
that already, like, that's one level of compatibility. But then you have the stability, and then men need to be like emotionally stable too. We're working on that. I'm not going to act like everything's fine with that with everybody, but yeah, that's the thing too. So like I like that too. I used to date like jealous guys and stuff like that, and
Right.
I was like, all right, well, let me get an older guy because then he won't be jealous. I was wrong.
Well, while we're on this topic, let's get to the factors, and the factors is that most men don't want to admit at all that the women are far more superior than the man, and at what age level. So a woman that's 30 is way more superior to a man that's 40, mentally, emotionally, maybe not physically, but
Yeah, well, that's true because we have different roles. So let me go over back to the comments.
you can't tell a man that, you know.
What did you say?
You can't tell a man that she's, you know.
I think that's a weird thing that people say, but we can get back to that. So men like
Okay.
feminine women, fit women, friendly women. Older women think they know better. I said that they're like more experienced, and whether the experience is good or bad, it's there. So that kind of messes things up. They don't need you. They're independent. They often have kids. They don't want you to take care of. That's true. I know people like that. They get a good man, they already have a kid with someone else, and then something happens where that woman doesn't agree with what the man says, and
Right.
then there you go, it's not your kid anyway. Like, well, then why do you
Mm,
have him around? You want him to love you and your child, and now he's trying to love and discipline your child because discipline comes with love, because if not, you got a bunch of maniacs running around. So yeah, that gets tough too.
yeah.
So Greek said, true, Dan. Plus, I want all that of my own. I think he was talking about like the drama and stuff like that. He wants
Right.
kids of his own, and I get that. And it's not being selfish to say, I like this woman, but she has kids, and I don't want to be with her because I don't want
Mm.
someone else's kids because it's
But then on
hard.
but then on the other hand, you got some guys like, man, she is so fine. I don't care. She got 9 kids.
Right, right. I mean, I honestly feel like Dano would have done that if I had 9 kids. Yeah, he really loves me.
Okay.
Triple Moon Goddess says, I guess we don't see age different. Danny says, you're done in the rough, which is great. And then we have Jason Hayes says, from my experience, younger females don't know what they want and muck around too much. That can be true, but that's when the older male can step in and guide her. But she might not want to be guided.
Right.
So,
Right.
let's see. Greek says, I like all women, just want kids of my own. I know that. The Greek loves all women. He's always telling
The
everybody that.
Greek
He doesn't
sounds
discriminate.
desperate.
No, the Greek is not desperate, but in the community that we are in, he's single. So he's always like,
Oh, single,
yeah,
ready to
everybody's
mingle.
always trying to give
Okay.
him a
Okay.
woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's definitely ready, but he's not desperate. He probably wants a woman that loves him. Okay, cool. So let's see what else. Jason Hayes has something else to say here. I prefer a mature, experienced woman. Age doesn't necessarily define either one. I mean, if a woman that knows what she wants has made mistakes and is okay admitting them. I agree. I agree. Triple Moon Goddess says, I don't got baggage. I'm ready. That's good. You may have passed the stage where you did have baggage, though, because
Mhm.
everybody has baggage at some point, whether you're a man or a woman.
Right.
So, Malafella Crypto says, Jason Hayes, facts on the same. Then we have Jason Hayes, a woman that knows what she wants. Oh, that's just him fixing what he said. And then Danny's agreeing with Greek. If she has a kid and is still in her 20s and she loves you, fine. That's our situation. But if she has kids and doesn't want to have kids with you, she's just dating material. And that's true.
Mm.
And you have to go through these things before. But I think it just definitely it just works out generally if you want to have a committed relationship, if you want the man to lead, if you want to have a family, 9 times out of 10, the man's older. You could be the same age, but usually the man's older just because he has to be a little bit more mature. And men, as you said before, men and women don't really mature at the same rate. So
Right.
if you're 25 and he's 35, well, you guys are probably around the same age, mature, like as far as maturity goes. But yeah, the rest of the stuff, it's like, well, you're more mature if you're talking about successfully financially, probably because you've had more time out there. But
I, I
there's
believe the
definitely
upbringing as well. The upbringing, the being a
yeah,
product of your environment. You know, you
yeah.
have some younger girls that are on their own, get kicked out or leave, or
Oh
have
boy,
been in
yeah.
a situation where they have to take care of themselves at a very young age. So they mature a lot faster. And do they want to, let's talk about the woman that's younger
Couldn't help
that
myself.
has been in a compromised position where she was maybe molested or in a situation. Does she want to deal with a younger man? Does she want to deal with
Well,
an
that's
older man?
different. That's
Uh,
different. That's like that's damage and trauma that's worse than the regular because everyone's got trauma, damage,
right.
baggage,
And
whatever.
and
But
that's
that's a
my,
whole different
and
story.
that's
That's
my
gonna
point, that
yeah,
everybody has their own story in life.
yeah,
And
of course.
so how many, when I hear comments like, I want to I'm attracted to a young woman that's fit. I've never really seen too many like big people together. Very rarely have I seen a fatso and a fatso together. It's always a
All right, let me
skinny
take this
dude
one
with a
down.
big
So
a,
let's talk about that,
a
right?
skinny dude with a big girl. Yeah.
Why Daniel and whoever else are in the comments, you guys can respond to this, and I'll ask you first, Jeffrey. Why do you think that men want fit women? Think about it like as a fact, like not just besides the fact that they look nice, but like why do you think that men want fit women?
It's just a preference. I believe
No.
it's a preference. Why do you think?
So preference is definitely the looks. Okay, yeah,
Right.
that's great. But if you're fit biologically, you'll be able to create and carry children and take care of them.
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
That's
no, no,
thinking
no. People
from
don't think about this stuff. Why do
right.
you like the hips? Why do men like hips and boobs? We don't care about hips and boobs. Why? Milk and childbearing hips.
And
You think
honey.
you science,
All right. So what
science.
about the guy that's attracted to that type of body style but doesn't want any kids? I'm not looking at
It's
you.
still no, that's a preference.
Right.
Not wanting kids is a preference. But
Right.
the things that people are attracted to, like men are not
Psychologically.
attracted to biceps on a woman. Look at this. I got great ones. Look at that.
Right.
I don't even
Right.
do anything. But that doesn't matter to Danny. He doesn't care. I mean, he's like, oh yeah, yeah, whatever. But that's not it. But I like Danny's arms. Why? Because that means he's strong. He can pick things up. He can build things. He can protect me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? People don't
Yes.
think
Yes. I
about
get
this,
it.
but this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
science. And you already know I'm a researcher. So that's why men like fit
So
women.
this is back in the day, like when you said when we were on the Great Lands and we had to hunt and gather,
Yep.
and so yeah. So I guess over the years of being watered down, tampered with, and diluted, we
Yeah.
we kind of like have washed all that away, and so yeah, that could be a
Yeah.
logical explanation to what you're.
So Malafella Crypto says it's subconscious. He's right. That's exactly what I was talking about. And Jason Hayes says maybe not fit but active, not lazy. I mean, yeah, and
There you
that's
go,
it's true.
Jason.
Yeah.
Jason
So
likes
let me
them
go.
big girls. That's why he's saying
Oh
that.
boy. Oh boy. Let me go back up to Daniel's comment before. Talk about women's preferences and how if they have them, it's you go girl, you're a queen. But if a man does, you're toxic. How dare you? You're misogynistic. I agree with that. I think that the world that we've created is like very very cushiony for women. Men have to be hard, don't cry, man up. I'll be honest, I act like a man sometimes. You know that. I'm a little masculine. I mean, I'm a
You
girl
do
and
act
all
like
that
a
stuff,
dude.
but
Yes.
my masculine energy is up there, and I don't act like I'm gonna like boss up and puff my chest and beat someone up. No, but as far as like being a whiny, cryy, like mushy girl, I'm just not like that. So
And,
I
and
do
I'll
get.
give you an example, and I don't know if you remember this. I was in Miami one time, and I was upset, and I was crying, and you were like, "Yo, are you crying?"
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'll never forget that. You're like a man's not supposed to cry, and I'm like, "What? You told me a dude is not supposed to cry? Man up."
Yeah, that was bad. But
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is, I personally don't believe that crying is helpful. Now I've changed that because I have boys too. So like I had to raise
Right.
them differently. If I like when my nieces were around, I would talk to them differently. But yeah, just the simple fact of like you need to be a certain way, like because you're a man. You can't
Right.
run away and cry every time when
Right.
something's not going the way you want it to. Like you got to figure out how to be a dude. But like with the whole thing, like women just being able to say whatever they want, do whatever they want, and nobody says anything to them, that is an issue. Like women can say that they want a rich man, they want a high value man, they want this, that, and the other. But if a guy says he wants a fit, feminine, submissive woman, then all of a sudden it's like, oh well, yeah, you're misogynistic, you hate women, and I don't. That's just not true, and it's not fair. There's definitely been this like women can say whatever they want, and men better deal with it. And it's like this false sense of control that they have. I don't like that misogynistic thing. Have you experienced that?
So, truth be told, I have experienced um probably every aspect of a woman um
Right.
in different cases. When
So
I was
have you been
single,
called toxic when you say what your preference is?
most definitely,
Mm,
everybody has an opinion, of course. So
yeah.
yeah, I've been called every name under the sun. So that doesn't bother me. You know,
Why do you
uh,
think that they think men are toxic for having a preference on women? Like, what do you think that's about?
um, I really don't know. I mean, once
Mm,
again, that's a person's opinion. So we might not get along. Like you say, it's not cool for a man to cry. But what about that? I'm sensitive, and
yeah,
and
you can
and
be.
you know, and that's how and emotional. So I'm gonna cry when I'm in a state of being upset or something happened, and
Right.
you
My
might
thing
see
is
me cry,
emotional
and I'm
stability,
a
though.
man. I'm a man of a man, but you might see me on that real vulnerable state, not understanding why is this big dude man, you're not supposed to man up. You telling me to man up when you don't know the situation. I'm
Danny.
emotional and sensitive, so and
No, I
some
get
people
that, but
like
you got to
that.
make sure you're emotionally stable. You can't be crying when we just, you know, got our home just got invaded. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, right.
That's my thing. Like, yeah, you can cry for certain things, but you have to make sure you have control of your
Oh, no
emotions
doubt, no
and your
doubt,
situation.
no
Yeah.
doubt. Yes,
But I wanted to
yeah.
go back up in the comments.
Okay.
Compton said guys don't want cougars; they want young females. Like, what are the reasons why you want a young female, Compton? I don't know. Let's see.
The funny thing is, my friends that are my age, they talk about going out, and I'm like, first of all, I don't go out. I'm a married man. But when they go out, and it's like I hear them talking, yo, you seen that chick? She Dude, she's like, I have a daughter older than that chick. Why would you even look at that? It's kind of like, it's borderline disgusting. I'm 55 years old, and looking at a 26-year-old, that doesn't even compute. When my daughter's 33 years old. But
Mm-hmm.
once again, these guys are looking at that hot body, that young face, that nice tight skin. You know, um,
Listen.
well,
I
girls get a
think
little.
people are always going to look, and I think that's fine. It's what you do after. That's the problem. If you're like, gawking, if you go touching, groping, whatever you want to call it, then that's when it gets bad. You got to look, and it's fine. And it's fine looking at the beauty of women. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
think
but
it's
I
fine.
think that women nowadays take it way too far, because you have all these women, older and younger, wearing these see-through spandex. I mean, you can see every little crack and crevice on the body of the
Yeah,
woman.
but
And
that's
so
different.
so why do women do that? Is it for the attention? Are
Yes.
you trying to? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
I don't care what anybody says. If you walk around half naked, you're looking for
Right,
attention.
right,
But
right.
women, like
What about the
out
woman that
women nowadays,
that
huh?
has the body for it? You know?
Yeah, but I see that's not my thing. Like everyone will say to me, even so I was at a brunch on Saturday and we were talking about a party that we're gonna have in the summer, a pool party. So one of my friends was there and we've been friends since high school, like 15, 16 years old. And
Right.
she said, she was like, "Oh, Leona would never even wear. She never shows her stomach or she never shows her body. She would because I always wear cover up."
Conservative. You're
And then the
conservative.
other women,
Right.
why you got a flat stomach? Because it doesn't matter. It's not for you.
Right.
Like I don't need to. I mean, part of it is because I have stretch marks, but it doesn't matter. Yes, my stomach's flat. It's always been flat, except when there was a baby in there. But other than that, like I don't need the attention. I get enough attention. Even if I mean, I can't say this. If I didn't get attention, I might feel differently. But I've always gotten attention, and I have like my
Once
husband.
again,
I have his attention.
upbringing.
So
You're a church woman. You believe, I believe that spirituality and the way people are growing in life plays a huge part of the respect level of what I should and shouldn't do. Is it right to look at a younger woman when a man is 55 years old? Is it even politically correct to look at a 26-year-old knowing you got a 33
yeah,
year old daughter?
yeah, it's fine. I mean, people are gonna look at you funny, but that's fine because it's natural.
And then back
Now
to that
you have
topic.
to
Yeah,
with the
real
ages
quick.
though. Let's make this little
Okay.
statement. There's like you can't be 18 and then she's 12. You like no, you
I
got
didn't say underage. I mean,
no.
come
I
on.
but I
I
have
ain't
to.
saying go to
No,
jail,
I've had
girl.
this conversation like even with my younger son. I
Right.
was like, wait a minute, because you can be with a younger girl now, but you only have a couple of years because when you get to a certain age, then the age doesn't matter.
Right.
But you can't be 16, even 16 with a 12-year-old is not going to really work out because there's so much
First of
maturation
all,
that
let's just
happens.
keep it above 21, 22.
No,
Let's not look,
I'm fine with
you know,
18.
no,
Yeah. Compton
that's
said,
grandchild.
yes, Daniel Pardo, we want healthy women that want to maintain themselves because they care about their future and watching their kids grow. Yes, all men like women with body, but good character. That's true. And then we
Not
have
all
Triple
men
Moon
like women
Goddess.
with body. So I mean, let's just and
No,
hold up.
he said body. I think he means a nice shape. Because
Right.
some men like a thick woman, some men like skinny women. Most men like something to hold on to. I'm not saying thick, but something to hold on to, like a nice
I,
shape. But
yeah, gotta have a nice shape. My wife
well,
got
a lot of
beautiful
men
shape.
like that. I mean,
Yeah,
especially nowadays.
that
So,
coat,
Triple Moon Goddess says she's
bottom
old and
body.
fit, and she looks young. So, I mean, that's part of the reason why you got a young guy, then, Moon.
Mm.
Let's see what else we have here. Women with good attitude and understanding, says Compton. Some women, all they care for is to be a gym model, and that's a
Mm.
problem. I totally agree with that. But I think that when it comes to this, I'll get to your comment in a minute, Daniel. But when it comes to this, it's like, yeah, the women have to look good to be able to take care of the kid. They have to be fit and all that. But then what about the men? It doesn't really matter as long as he's fit enough to work and pay the bills.
Right. Right.
That for me is like, yeah, since we are evolving and everything, and women are doing more, and blah blah blah. That's the way it's set up now. Then cool. But then I think men need to keep it up. You got to be fit too. Because like, let's just be honest, you're the one working more. Whatever it is, you're going to be doing more physically than the woman is.
Right. Right.
So that needs to be a thing. Danny said, women who dress like that and want attention. If Chad or Tyrone gives it to them, it's, oh, he's so cute. But if Joe somebody gives her attention, he's disgusting and a pervert and a creep. And that's true. There's so many
That
women
is
out
true.
here who want the bad boy, and they don't like the nice guy. I think they just want some suspense and edge.
Mm.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And Moon, she's over here telling everybody she has a nice butt. Sorry, Curtius. Now we all know.
Well, go ahead, Moon. Good for you.
After COVID,
Don't moon nobody now.
oh boy, oh boy. She said she needs to work out a little, but I was athletic for 16 plus years. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. And Daniel's got some comments here. I'm not going to read because it's a curse, and he knew he shouldn't have put
Why
that
is it
there.
that the athletic girl puts on those spandex and everybody's like, wow, she's hot, but when the big girl does it, they're like, man, she need to do something with that. She need to take that off. Why is that?
Yeah, that's another thing I have to say, like about women being able to say whatever they want. Like a big woman, because I this is my experience. So I'm not skinny, but I'm very petite. So I know that there's big women who will say to me that I'm skinny and that blah, 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 whatever. And then if I say something about them, about their weight or someone else, then it's like body shaming. Oh, shut up. You don't know. You don't know
Yep.
anything and whatever.
Yep.
So, I mean, with the leggings, you wear the leggings, whatever. I don't think that they're for everybody. But if you're working out and you wear yoga pants, then fine. But don't expect to get the same attention that I get. You know,
Right.
somebody's going to say something. If you're wearing something that's hugging every curve and every dimple, and then somebody sees the dimples, don't be mad about it. But there is a
Oh,
thing, like women with this whole, like, oh, yeah, I look good. I wear whatever I want. Oh, there he goes. He's out again. He's at work, guys. So, yeah, it's tough with women and men these days. Um, let's see. What do we have here? Compton, which to me is hilarious. All the gym models come at me when you're Victoria's Secret model, gym model, please. I don't really get that, but sure. It's funny. I'll laugh at you. Then Triple Moon Goddess says, I love the nice guy. Kurth is an angel. I don't want an aggressive guy. And that's good because I like Danny to be nice, but I also like him to be aggressive when he needs to be because I don't want to have to be. And to be honest, like, how aggressive am I going to get? Because I'm like 5'1" and 120 pounds. So, like, yeah, I think that guys need to be able to do both. They need to be able to be attentive and, I don't know if you want to say romantic, whatever, like with their woman and with kids too, nurturing side. They need to be in touch with their feminine side, but they need to be more masculine. And when it comes to like being aggressive, like there's times that men need to be aggressive because if they're not, then we're both going to be women, and that's not going to work out for my relationship anyway. Master Baron, hi, how are you? Daniel Prado, why just Kurt? The Baron likes firm butts too. That's because he was commenting on something that Moon said. Um, Moon, I honestly feel like the luckiest woman alive. I got a hot, sexy, sweet, loving, caring, drama free, dedicated man. Yeah, that's good. But that's definitely a diamond in the rough. Let's see. Daniel says sometimes the big girl does look good. If she's proportioned right, she will look good. Okay, I know. So story time, guys. My one of my sisters, well, both of my sisters are bigger than me, but one of them is a lot bigger than me. And yeah, Danny was telling me how she had a nice butt and different things like that one time, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like, I know you're not attracted to her like that, but calm down. You can't just be out here saying things like that. He's like, "Yeah, no, she has a nice big butt. Blah blah blah. She has a nice shape." It was out of control. He's 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 a very honest person, but I did not return the favor. I have not commented on his brothers. I don't think he would like that very much. What is a diamond in the rough? Moon, that's what Daniel said earlier. It's just like, a bunch of rough rocks and you're like a beautiful diamond, I guess. I don't really use that term. I just use it because he did. But I've heard it before. But it's a good thing, you know? I've seen you on live. Like, and no offense, a lot of women who are in the comments for Daniel's videos, because, he does the crypto space. Vulcan, shout out to Vulcan if you're looking to get into crypto. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
But yeah, no problem. I know you're at work. So, yeah, there's a lot of women that are in the comments that don't show themselves. And I've seen you a few times, Moon. You look nice, Your body looks like it's fit. Your face has
Right.
no makeup on, and you're attractive. So you are a diamond in the rough, which is cool. Because there's a lot of women out there that are not. I mean, I don't really wear makeup. I'll wear it here and or there, but
Right.
this is what I look like when I wake up.
So, I mean, what
So
exactly is a diamond in the rough? I mean, is that a
yeah,
diamond
that's
that
what
needs to
Moon
still
asked.
be worked on?
It could be.
Yeah.
Well, because we all still need work. You can
Right.
cut the diamond. You can shape the diamond to whatever cut you want,
Right.
marquee, blah,
Right.
blah, blah.
Right.
That's fine. The fact is, you're still a diamond. You're
Right.
strong. You're
No doubt. No
beautiful.
doubt.
You're
Yeah.
valuable. Yeah. Let
You're
me see.
not exactly perfect 100% for me. You're a diamond, but you in the rough. You need some work. I
Well, I
got you.
don't think. Yeah, I think it's like a double entendre kind of thing.
Yeah.
Compton says, Triple Moon, you don't have to say what you have or what you like. If Kurt likes older women, if it works for y'all, that's good. But me, I like younger women. Older women come with baggage and drama. Generally, yes. So,
So
but
it could be
that's cool.
younger though.
Oh
Going
my
out,
gosh, look what
being
Danny
pictures.
said. Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
What's that?
My brothers are ugly. You can say it. He's out of control. Oh boy. I don't know. All right.
So would you consider Danny a diamond in the rough as well?
Yeah, but he is rough.
Yeah.
So he's both.
Yeah.
I used to tell Danny this, like, he's pretty, but he's a man because he looks like his
Yeah.
mom. And like when we first started dating, oh my gosh, he used to wear earrings. He was very metro, and I had never dated a metro guy before.
Mm.
So he used to wear earrings, and he used to do his eyebrows. I don't know if he
Oh.
waxed them or if he plucked whatever he did. And he was like, "You don't know what I would look like if I didn't pluck my eyebrow, or if I didn't do my eyebrows." And I was like, "Yeah, but
You
you
would look
like."
like Wolfman Jack.
I don't think he would because I've seen his pictures from when he was younger, like before
Yeah.
he started
Yeah.
doing stuff. But he used to be like, he goes, "Yeah, I am Metro because I'm pretty to look at, but I'm a man." And he'd like, growl it out. I'm like, "All right, calm down." Like make a
No,
fist.
honestly, I can see where he's coming from because you have a kid together and your son has pretty thick eyebrows. So that's what Dano would look like
Yeah,
your son. Yeah.
yeah.
So I
David
get it.
is like us with a tan.
Hey, truth be told, I kind of like push my eyebrows going one way to get the extra hair, and I trim them too. I hook mine
Yeah.
up.
Well,
You
you
know,
used to be pretty Metro. I remember you used to go to the salon and the
I
barber,
still
and
go
you
to the salon, get my mani pedis and
and
all
you used to
that.
get, yeah, 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 the Manny. I remember that. So
I
yeah,
still, I treat myself. It's not just for women. A man likes to be groomed. Take care of yourself. Like right now, look, this is the first time in 54 years I'm trying to grow a beard. This is 7 months of growing a beard, and I can't grow a beard.
yeah. It's not for everybody. You look like you might be able to get in a good goatee, but you need to probably just forget this part.
It's been 7 months, and I can't grow
Yeah,
hair
yeah.
on my face.
Danny has a lot of opinions about that, but let me read this comment. Triple Moon Goddess says, "Young women don't know what they want. I was a player when I was younger. Wow, a player. I
Player,
would
player.
never have guessed. Yeah, I was
Hmm.
I was never a player, but I will say this: before, like I like got with Danny, and I was like,
Right.
breaking up with my husband. Before Danny and I got serious, I went on a few dates, and Like I one time I went on like one it was one day I went on 3 dates with 3 different guys at the same restaurant, and it was like a Spanish place. And the
What?
waiter, he looked at me, he was like, again? But the guy I was with didn't speak Spanish,
Oh,
so dude, all I did was take those like containers home with the food. I just threw them in the fridge. I was like, I like this
I
place.
got
It's
my
fun.
mechanic is here finally.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Um, oh, I still do my eyebrows. Otherwise, I would look like Bert and Ernie. I don't believe
Yeah.
that, Dano, but I definitely have the thickest eyebrows in my whole family. So that's embarrassing. And Greek says I let eyebrows be free. I let
I'm
my
gonna put
eyebrows
you
be
on
free
mute
too.
so I'm not gonna
Story time,
interrupt your
guys.
stuff.
I jacked up my eyebrows, and one time, well, first I tried to like shave them to like have, you know how guys do that and they make like a slit in their eyebrow. Well, I tried to do that, but I didn't know what I was doing with a razor. I was trying to copy my uncle, and I like shaved the chunk off, and like right here was like all white, and that was really embarrassing. So my sister had to fix both of them and then let those grow back. And then another time, I burned my eyebrows and eyelashes off because there was like an oven incident, and I didn't know what I was doing with that. That was really embarrassing too. So now I don't do anything to my eyebrows. Like once in a while, like I'll brush them. That's it. And yeah, let the eyebrows be free. But if your eyebrows are wild, I don't think it's bad grooming them, like trimming them, brushing them, whatever. I think that's cool. But that's just, I'm lazy. When it comes to that kind of stuff, I do the most for my hair, but only straightening it. The rest of it, like, I'm just not that girl. I told you, I'm like basically I'm like a pretty dude. I'm just not,
You are not like a pretty dude.
well,
You
mentally,
act like a
mentally.
dude, but you are nowhere near a pretty dude.
Yeah, no, mentally, like emotionally, maybe emotionally.
Yeah, yeah.
Emotionally, yeah. So listen, Danny said, bro, 7 months is a long time to let it to let it grow. I think he said,
He
go with
said,
the goatee.
let it go. Don't let it grow. Let it go."
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
He
yeah,
said, go with the goatee. I told you. I told you.
yeah, yeah. That's funny.
Compton gets his eyebrows done.
No doubt.
Triple man. He's a top G. He says, okay, all right, top G, get him done. That's cool. I just don't do mine because I've had a couple of mishaps. You know, see how easy it is for girls, gentlemen. What does that mean? What does that mean, Dano? And then Moon says, I'm a better person and know what I want now. And I felt like when I was older, I looked better. When I was younger, I wasn't, I was younger, wasn't the person I am now. Oh, yeah, I get that. I get that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Moon, you're planning on doing Kurt's eyebrows? Does he know? What does this mean, Dano? I don't know what that means. See how easy it is for girls, gentlemen? What does that mean? I don't know. Does anybody know what that means? It's weird. No. Well, Moon's laughing about it, so she's laughing about something. But yeah, let's see. So yeah, we've been on for an hour, guys. Thanks for your comments and everything. My friend Jeff is looking like he's all over the place. He's probably gonna have to go. So yeah, I'm gonna shut this down. And it was good, and I'll probably see you guys on Daniel's live later. I'm Leona, and this is Handicapped and Hot Topics. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Lee.
Thanks, Jay, Jeff. Bye, guys.